back at the 2024 Cannes Yacht Festival, and we are with Matteo from OTAM Yachts, and we are fortunate enough to get aboard the world premiere of Sexy Me.
Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Thanks for joining us. Please.
Take us through.
The boat we are visiting today, Sexy Me, is a chase boat to a fleet of mega yachts. And this is, let's say, their party boat, the day boat for short trips, fast trips, impressive music system. So she is a party boat.
It feels like a party boat.
But somehow you wanted to have the best comfort possible. So we made a custom project for the gangway. It's quite a massive one, considering the size of the boat.
Yeah,
she can rotate 45 degrees, allowing them to moor alongside in case needed. So again, we have been required to make it the most comfortable possible, beside the fact that she runs pretty fast. What you're looking at is reflecting 100% the owner choice. So engine choice, layout, the partition bulkheads, tall or short glasses, openings, doors, everything you see is reflecting the owner wish and the owner choice. I'm not talking about aesthetics. I'm not talking about the color.
No,
I'm talking about extreme structural modifications.
the build quality.
Then, I don't want to annoy you with 1,000 details, like all the deck equipment is in titanium, like these ones, which are not the easiest to keep clean, because it's titanium is quite, it's quite difficult.
But it's titanium, which is phenomenal.
Same is for the counter plates below the cleats and below the winches. So there's a high, a very, I would say there's a very high detailing.
Just attention to quality.
Well, it's a shipyard that choose to approach a construction, what we say is like very similar to a big boat mentality. Sure. So due to the fact that a very high number, I would say 70% of our clients, they are mega yacht owners, we just want to let them feel as free as when they were building the big one. And we had quite an interesting background in offshore racings. That's what we did for years, for almost 25 years. Mm. Still honing 3 world records. And based on this, I mean, our boats, they come from a very, very precise skill racing DNA. At a certain point, we just wanted to put the luxury into a race machine kind of engineering. So,
and that's exactly how it.
This is what it is. Yeah. So it goes without saying it. You can feel it at first sight. This is a aperitif, drinks, DJ set layout. The whole boat has been built around the music system. Mm. So we start positioning we start laminating the hardtop only after the specific company, they provided us with the right angle for the speakers to have the most precise.
And it wasn't until then that you started to construct the hardtop, until you could deal with the acoustics.
Correct. The old boat has been built around that, and that's a fact.
That's amazing.
And if you can imagine, I mean, this is not just choosing a layout. Right. This interferes with structures, because again, it's over 40 knots speedboat, and with a very deep V hull, 21 dead rise angle, 2 Arnesons, 5,200 horsepower. It's a very low center of gravity yacht.
MTU motor?
MTU 2006, yes, 16 cylinders. Mm. So when you make a hole right close to a structure on a boat that has to absorb all the torsions and all the stress coming from the speed, right, I tell you, it's not just putting a loudspeaker somewhere. Sure. So customizing a boat like this is you don't do that by accident or by coincidence. It's just
capturing it because it's just breathtaking. This is
Thank
just
you.
the whole
Thank you.
feel here.
All credits to the owner, of course, and all credits to the designer, Giuseppe Bagnardi, BG Design Firm. Allowed me to show you the general size of the sidewalks. So on a boat of this size, you really have to maximize every single inch, okay?
Yeah.
We integrated the handrails in the design so they don't stick out of the profile. And it does make a difference when you see the boat from the side in the water, your eye doesn't catch the handrails. So it's, again,
very sleek.
It's, yeah, and the same allowed me to show you. I mean, can you imagine how difficult it was to have such a tall structural windows without pillars? So this one, the other one, plus the windscreen, again, on a 44 plus knots yacht. So you see, from bow to stern, there's only one step.
Yeah.
And this is also something that we wanted really to take care of, because maybe not every single guest, they are, used to spend days or nights or being on board. So the more comfort you give them, the memory will stay with them. So we decided to have just one step at midship. So the guests, they can come up to here, enjoy this area, which I do believe is quite interesting. And these are adjustable. You can play with them in the way you want it. And if you see the size of the hinge, of those hinges, you realize that we are not talking about like simple plastic, but is over engineered stainless steel massive system, which won't fail in 20 years.
You just, everywhere you go, just even sitting here, you just feel the quality is just second to none.
I thank you for this, but I see somebody says quality and heavily is in the details. And I think that just by looking at this table, which might sound a very silly thing, but it's not that silly.
No.
When you have a drainage, and a little step, avoiding things to roll and avoiding, those things, you learn them just by being at sea and being on boats, and most important, by listening.
So this will lower, and this becomes a complete.
It can lower, can become a bigger sunbed, can be two smaller ones. Everything you see is customizable for clients. So,
and just that windscreen.
Well, it's a spherical. It is a spherical structural glass. I can assure you the glass maker, had quite a couple of weeks to get to the point.
First OTAM,
because it's, again, it's not only a very high-speed boat, but you can step on that. And you have to step on that, climbing up and going on the rooftop to get it clean and do whatever the crew has to do. So can you get the size? Can you have the perception of the size of this sliding roof?
Yeah, no.
It's actually as big as the old structure, instead of, except for the side pillars. Again, those things in a 44 plus knots yacht. Again, can you see the plate and the mask? All this has been done in titanium. This doesn't come out from a mold. This is done, the hammer and the guy doing it by hand. And it's not only, it's not only aesthetic, but it's also functional. You see that the rope is like. So again, I promise you, this was as difficult as the engineering of the boat itself. And actually is not finishing there, but it goes all along the hull up to down to the water level as a protection plate,
Yeah.
as a protection plate, again in titanium, in case anchors, chain, it goes, touching the hull.
Absolutely incredible.
Two retractable winches. Again, the captain and the owner, they have been free to ask for specific deck equipment. Again, why? Because this is us. This is OTAM. We don't build serial. We just try to put together what they ask us.
Absolutely, the engineering, everything, the recessed cleats,
I will never forget the amount of hours we put it to have this titanium mask coming out in the way the designer wanted. And again, that is did by hand.
So from concept to delivery, how long?
Well, that's a good question. To build it, we need 18 months. If you ask me how long it was the time, how long it took to get from the first sketch to the engineering phase completion, it was 5 months.
Wow.
So pretty much it's a two year and a half from scratch. And now that the molds they exist, and now that we know how to do it, we can deliver one in 18 months. Again, fully customizable.
Even the 2+ years seems reasonable, more than reasonable, given the given the design.
If you ask me, I would love to just do one in 6 months, but of course, I'm not as good yet. Please let me show you the Helm station design, and you can get it a little bit from here. Then we go in the inside and we see it in details. The Helm station, the dashboard, it's a design inspired by Formula One halo, like is the protection ring pilots they have on top of their head. I don't know if you know what I mean. In the F1 cars, in the Formula One cars, the drivers, the pilots, they have a carbon fiber ring.
Right.
It's a safety, it's a protection. We took inspiration from that. So the back of that, it's actually not only a design feature, but is a structural, let's say, leg with integrated standalone AC system pushing the air in the inside to keep the instruments at the right temperature.
Just brilliant.
So, sorry to repeat myself, but again, what we are looking at here is just his own choice. So you can imagine a blank piece of paper and a completely different layout and seating arrangement, more than bars, more than barbecues. I mean, this is at client choice. This is us.
This is just breathtaking.
We took a good care about the internal net height on the old boat, not only about the steps that I told you to us is quite important. Here we have more than 2.20 m net height, which enhance the feeling of this looking through tall glasses without pillars, which I think is quite an important feature. Maybe you don't notice at the beginning, but I promise you, going out for a sea trial, not seeing the handrails, not seeing any barrier, let's say, that obstruct your view, it's
a whole
it's some kind of quality of life, I would say. I mean, it's not disturbing your view.
Please tell us about the Helm.
Again, you can see here the Helm station, which again has been precisely designed by Giuseppe Bagnardi, trying to match a sporty but still elegant look. All the equipment, the layout, it's at client choice again. So they wanted to have a standalone. Actually, it's you see the redundancy. There are not two but three, plus one in the galley where the captain has his own cabin, and correct. So he is free to see anchor camera, more than chase lights, night vision camera, thermal camera in the engine rooms. I mean, is free to take the boat under control from every single area of the boat without being obliged to be at the helm.
And the electronics on this boat are what?
Electronics is a customized system we did for hands with Boning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And again, following specifically the requirement of the owner. They are used to have the same Atlan touch screen systems on the other boats. Therefore, we have been asked to provide the same, just in case they will use, like same crew from the bigger to the smaller one. They have
Just
been
every attention to detail.
We sometimes some of our clients, they say, guys, why you allowed us to make it so hard for you? Please let me show you just a quick one. Look at the size of the rack room for the music system. Hey, we are on a 28-meter boat, and this room here has a dedicated extraction hose and one standalone AC chiller AC unit to get the music system at the right temperature. So if the boat is switched off and nobody's on board, they have a remote control. They can start the AC
just to cool down the electric.
Yeah, for the racks.
Wow.
This is a common area for the guest and the owner to have a coffee, to take a bottle of wine without the crew interaction.
Sure.
So the main galley is midship with another separate dedicated entrance for the crew. This is an area for a coffee machine, day toilet, and just a private area for them not to be obliged to have the crew interaction. So again, this is a common area for, let's say, day services. It's a coffee corner plus winery plus a day help, fridges and ice maker. The rack room, don't forget the most important one on the boat. We have a VIP cabin here.
This is the VIP.
This is a VIP cabin. I don't know if you noticed this. We have 2.10 m net interior height continuously.
Yeah.
No steps, no up and downs, because again, we believe what we are used to in our homes, we don't have much, steps or high changes.
Right.
And we feel that somehow it makes you feel more comfortable and more symmetric and less disturbing you.
Less
if you see what I mean.
claustrophobic.
Correct. Still in a very low center of gravity, in a very low high profile.
And a gorgeous VIP. It could be a master on any other boat.
Oh, it's a good size. It's a good size cabin. Yeah. Thank you. On our boats, they are free to choose the size, the number, and the shape of the portholes, of the glasses. In this case, we are using this privacy.
Oh,
it's a privacy system.
Can you do that one more time?
Yeah, sure, please. Maybe nicer on the other one because you don't have both. I would say very smart system because it's zero weight. It's like a film, but it gives you what you need. So privacy.
Amazing.
Then we have a guest cabin, which in this case is like 2 single beds. Nevertheless, these are also longer bed that let's say standard ones. So it's a 2-meter length single bed. And again, here you can see there's no hierarchy or changes in terms of material between owners, VIP, and guests. All is the same kind of feeling.
And you've got the same privacy.
Yes, of course. Yes. also on the sky hatches.
Oh, really?
And the owner cabin.
Beautiful. The lighting. It's
What uh, I mean, this is of course part of the proudness I'm trying to
convey.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, allow me to spend a second here. Matching the same line with the ceilings running from one side to the other and having the same line from the bed to the bed head to the ceilings and back.
Yes.
This is not just a design thing. This is not just a symmetry thing.
Mhm.
This is no vibration and no noise and no ceilings coming out after bouncing on a meter 0.5 wave. So what we do is we pre-build the entire boat with raw woods, getting the alignments close to perfection. Perfection is not of this planet, is not of this age, not of this industry. But on a speedboat, every single disalignment is a source of noise and vibrations. 1 plus 2 make the boat doesn't last for 20 years. So having the chance, following the vision to make it by hand, all the interiors are cutted on board by hands. It's a craftsmanship procedure. We don't send a shop drawing to a woodmaker that cuts panels and send us a truck and we just assemble. That's it can't
Precision.
be it can precision. To us it's a must because it's a speed machine. From the bed to the bed head to the ceilings, bow to stern. A few more words on the interior, let's say, structures. Every single wall you see here, those are not just lying on a floating on the floor. They are welded on the keel and to the hull. So every single wall of the boat becomes structural. When it's Kevlar welded, the boat is made of Kevlar. It's not simple fiberglass. It's full Kevlar. It's aramidic fabric, so it's Kevlar. Because it absorbs torsions. It's not too solid like carbon. Carbon we do use carbon, but not full carbon constructions. We are strongly against that. Carbon fiber, but it's a come on, don't take me wrong. It's a spectacular piece of technology, but the key in our point of view is to have the right use of it. It plays quite like a drum, and so we do use carbon fiber, but not for the whole boat. And again, all the interior partition bulkheads, they are structural from the hull to the deck, welded with Kevlar lips.
So Kevlar, titanium, I mean, these are just not, this is not your standard
shipbuilding. Someone says some of our owners, they like to say we are not an ordinary shipyard. I'm not saying we are better. I'm not saying we are more or less. It's just we are at the same. Correct. We are at the same boat show, but somehow we do a different job. By choice, and thank God, because clients they do ask us to do that.
Crew quarters.
So in order to have the best day service, like drinks and party moved. They wanted to have a separate access here to the galley. Please follow me. This is where they are. They have 3 fridges. This is the washing machine, of course. I mean, this is where they can just take a little bit of breath, getting ready to be prepared and take some joy up on the main deck to guests.
Sure.
Having a private room for the captain and eventually for the 4th crew member here with a separate and private toilet, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Again, same use of the material, so there's no hierarchy between here and the guest and VIP area. This is what they wanted, and this is what they got.
This is what they got, and they certainly did. And there again, we've got
yeah, of course, this redundancy for every single system, because I mean this is not even a question. Safety first.
Take a look at the engine.
Yeah.
And then
Two MTU 2600 horsepower.
massive, but when you open the hatch, you think, wow, there's not a lot of, but it's so spacious. You've got so much headroom. You've got way.
We are certainly not sacrificing the engine room volume.
Right.
This is coming from offshores. I mean, the engines, they must breathe properly. Therefore, we have 11 dynamic air intakes blowing fresh air right on top of the engines while the boat is cruising. We still have a very decent accessibility, and you can walk in between and all around the engines and the generators. There's a pretty good access to all the equipment and machineries, and still on top of our head we managed to fit a 4-meter 40 tender, which on a 28-meter boat is quite a good size.
Phenomenal. It's Seakeeper, so I mean, we've got
comfort
everywhere.
Safety, speed, craftsmanship, all of that.
All of it
is our way to express a luxury good.
And that's crew access.
Yeah. We take quite a good care about the insulation, of course, and about the space and the access to all the machineries.
Spectacular. I cannot thank you enough for taking us through Sexy Me, this spectacular debut here at the Cannes Yacht Festival. The quality of this vessel is absolutely in every square inch. Your passion for it, OTAM's passion for it, shows everywhere.
It's us thanking you on behalf of every single OTAM worker. It's built by hand. It's built with a lot of passion, and it's us thanking you for giving us your time today. Sexy Me, all credits to the owners, all credits to the crew, and to the designer, of course. So,
wow.
YachtLens, please don't forget to come back next year.
We will definitely be back, Matteo. Please leave comments below. Let Matteo know what you think of this incredible vessel. Let us know what you think. We'll have links to contact information and all of that good stuff in the description below. And Matteo, thank you very, very much.